Fans of both Yandy Harris and KirkFrost have seen their tensions grow throughout their love and hip-hop careers, but you won't believe the truth behind their never-ending drama. For years, these two have been at each other's throats, seemingly unable to find common ground. Yandy Smith M's wife finally discussed their feud in a direct, no-holds-barred conversation. "Trust me, this is not what you might expect. Let me tell you, this disagreement goes far beyond the minor arguments and the fact that BCS and Kirk have been on reality TV together for a long time, and at one point they even had some respect for one another. However, as time passed and their fame grew, things started to go south. It's been a never-ending battle with neither side willing to admit their shortcomings or efforts over their problems. But here's the shocking part. Yandy, who has always tried to keep her objectivity and be her family's glue, has finally snapped and revealed the unvarnished truth about the reasons why they can't resolve their issues. It's not just about the personal drama we've seen on TV. It's about ingrained animosity, egos, and possibly misplaced devotion. The most ridiculous part of all of this is that Kirk's problems are caused by something much larger than minor misunderstandings or jealousy. Yandy's revelations show the depth of their. However, the fact that family is involved sets this story apart from all the other celebrity feuds you've heard about. It's not just two men buying attention. It's about their families' businesses and sense of self-respect, and their inability to come to terms with one another has affected both their personal and professional relationships. Now that Yandy has come forward and revealed the true causes of their turmoil, we're going to see how deep this disagreement goes, so stay tuned. Kirk and I first met early in our careers, and at first, it seemed like everything was fine. They were both working hard to establish their careers and leave a legacy in the music industry. But as time went on, things took a turn that no one could have predicted. We have all seen Ann and Kirk trade jabs on Love and Hip Hop. The true cause of their feud goes beyond minor arguments or rivalry for the position. This is a story that might not end the way you expect it to spotlight. The truth is far more complex and involves their personal feelings, fears, unresolved issues, and betrayals at the heart of their confrontation. Yang asserts that despite Andy Kirk's bold personal ambition and desire for more for himself and his family, Kirk's approach to business and family has always irritated Mendeecees. Kirk, a seasoned veteran in the field, tried to offer advice to Mendeecees, but Mendeecees felt that Kirk was limiting his vision and trying to confine him instead of helping him. The shocking thing is that Kirk wasn't just a mentor. He was also seen as a rival, and the closer they got, the more Mendeecees felt that Kirk was trying to conceal his brilliance. This is how the story is different from other celebrity feuds. Was still involved in his own family drama. Their power struggle put them on a collision course, and their relationship quickly soured. Both Kirk and M had valid reasons for their feelings, but Kirk, who had gone through his own set of difficulties, wanted to move on, secure his future, and prove to his family that he didn't need Kirk's approval. He thought he was giving advice, but Mendeecees saw it as a form of control. It was an evil battle that never really ended, but the most ridiculous part was that the conflict between them transcended their business rivalry and entered their personal lives, revealing that some of their disagreements stemmed from when Yandy, who had long tried to play the role of peacekeeper, suddenly decided to speak up and reveal what had been simmering beneath the surface. Destiny took an unexpected turn. Her understanding of their strained relationship gives us a fresh perspective on why these two guys simply failed to put aside their disagreements. This is not your typical celebrity feud. Rather, it's the story of two people with a history of misunderstandings, arrogance, and unresolved scars. Play for their future. Will they ever be able to work things out? Or is Kirk their rival? The conflict between Mendeecees and Kirk isn't just about rivalry or business success. It's personal. The more you learn about their past, the more you realize that the betrayals they've experienced are what really fueled these two men's relationship, which has always been complicated. But when Kirk's personal issues started to influence their business dealings, their personal lives became a battleground. The strangest part is that this isn't just about words or actions. It's about trust. But trade wasn't just about Kirk was supposed to be a friend who would support Mrs., who has had his share of legal troubles and a history that he has been trying to escape. But when things went wrong, M felt alone because he couldn't help but feel that Kirk wasn't there for him when it mattered most. Instead of offering support, it seemed like Kirk was using his personal problems as an excuse to distance himself. This is what makes the story unique, although it wasn't just about business errors or disagreements. Kirk's constant involvement in family issues made him feel as though his career and goals weren't being prioritized, and as he dealt with his own challenges, he saw M's ascent as a reminder of his own alleged shortcomings. These weren't just surface-level grievances, they were a long-standing battle for acceptance and respect. And what's even more shocking is that their betrayals went beyond professional decisions. Kirk's ongoing issues with his wife Rashida and the rumors that were going around about their marriage also contributed significantly to the rise, as did Kirk's vain attempts to patch up his personal relationship. When he was unable to even resolve his own wife's issues, he started to question Kirk's moral character and whether he could actually offer him sound advice. It seemed to him that Kirk was too busy dealing with his own issues to offer the kind of guidance he needed. But the most bizarre part is that despite all of his grievances, Mice always looked up to Kirk, which is why the betrayal hurt him so much. He thought that Kirk would be the one who could best understand his desire to move past his past and achieve greatness, but instead his relationship. Even though it is clear that the situation has strained their union in ways that fans were not fully aware of, Yandy finally spoke out and revealed the toll that their frequent arguments had taken on her relationship with M, his wife, whom she must deal with. She also shared the emotional work she has done to try to maintain harmony not only between Mrs. and Kirk, but also in their marriage. You won't believe how much this drama has escalated not only between Maine and Kirk, but also between the fans themselves, as their few public appearances on social media have gone beyond their private lives, and the fans are. Mendeecees' loyal fans are on one side, and every post conversation and interview feels like another opportunity for these two to disparage each other, claiming that Mendeecees has always been misunderstood and that it will only be a matter of time until he regains his proper position in the industry. Kirk's fans, on the other hand, argue that Kirk is nothing more than a washed-up who has been caught in his own marital mess. These followers don't hold back because they are vocal on social media, praising everything from Kirk's marital troubles to men's legal troubles. But the most amazing thing is that the fans believe that I should stay in his lane and that he should never have crossed Kirk in the first place. They are constantly connecting the dots between these two men's words and actions, gathering receipts of old interviews, behind-the-scenes videos, and even social media posts that give more details about the dispute than what has been shown on TV. From direct taunts to more subtly directed jabs, the internet buzz has only fueled the flames, and it now seems that there is no way to escape the public pressure. This is where it gets interesting though, because the media plays a key role in keeping the more Mendeecees and Kirk try to keep their personal drama consistent. What sets this story apart from other celebrity food stories is that it's not just about Kirk and me. It's about how their fans have escalated the drama and started their own research into the quarrel, exchanging ideas and speculating about the true causes of the friction. The more the public demands answers every time a new episode airs and every time they appear in public, the more tabloids, blogs, and gossip outlets take up every new detail DLHL. And the questions never stop coming. It's as if the fans have joined the story, and neither of them can escape the criticism and opinions of others. Feud is the idea that it may no longer be about their private lives, but rather is now linked to their public personas. Every time one of them gets criticism, I question whether this feud is real or just the result of the chaos the fans and media have created, whether they like it or not. When they are involved in a scandal or a difficult interview, the public drama is so loud and flammable that it seems like every move they make is being watched closely, and neither of them can back down. However, this is the truth. Despite their frequent back and forth, Maze and Kirk have kept quiet about some aspects of their personal issues. have not fully revealed the reasons for their disagreement, leaving us to wonder how long this can go on, whether Mendeecees and Kirk can keep letting the fans dictate the story, or whether one of them will finally come clean and admit the truth. Let's face it, despite all the hype, the fans are more prepared than ever for the whole truth to be revealed now that Yandy Smith has finally revealed the underlying friction between me and KirkFrost. The stakes are high, and the public's involvement heightens the drama, making this feud even more unpredictable. You won't believe the awful realities that are emerging. Illustrating the depth of the drama between these two is far more complex and stems from years of bitterness, jealousy, and unresolved conflict. On the outside, they both present themselves as adult men trying to manage their affairs, but there's a whole different story going on behind the scenes. The truth is that Kirk and I have been involved in a power struggle for years. They are both proud men trying to gain respect in a world where many people only talk about what has been broadcast on television. Where it's hard to get it, they've been competing for the same job in the industry and the same recognition. He feels intimidated by M's success and the way he's become famous, and he can't help but feel that Men's potential is overshadowing his veteran status. On the other hand, he feels like Kirk is always trying to keep him back or take the limelight, which has only made him more angry and irritated. However, the odd thing is that he's been hiding some deep-seated fears of his own. Yandy described how afraid he was about being compared to Kirk, especially when it came to becoming a father, because Kirk displays his family for everyone to see, and I couldn't shake the sensation that his own family situation was being closely examined. His best friend, Yandy, revealed that some of their most heated arguments stem from this constant comparison, especially when it comes to their roles as fathers and partners. The interesting part is that while I was busy with his job and fatherhood, Kirk wasn't exactly being honest in private. Kirk was allegedly mocking Miss achievements. Now, let's talk about what makes this story different from most feuds. There is a clear distinction between right and wrong, and even questioning his fathering abilities has only made their dynamic. The most ridiculous part of this is that Yandy revelations have now revealed things that they have both been too scared to discuss. They have been harboring resentments for years, and the stress of keeping everything bottled up is starting to wear them down. These revelations have created a snowball effect that neither of them seems to be able to stop, and who is wrong? Their problems are far more than a simple argument. They involve deep-seated fears, rivalries, and emotions of betrayal. You won't believe what has come to light about Kirk and my ongoing drama. It transcends a few furious on-camera clashes and encompasses years of unresolved rivalry, jealousy, and pride. Yandy Smith is the one who has experienced everything, and she has now revealed what has been going on behind closed doors. Despite the public drama, neither Mendeecees nor Kirk appears to be willing to back down, trapped in their own pride and problems. Fixing this won't be easy. In fact, it might be at worst before it gets better. Doors between Mendeecees and Kirk, and let me assure you that this is not the drama we initially thought it was. For a long time, Mendeecees and Kirk have had a tense relationship, and it's not just because they both harbor deep-seated fears that no one has fully understood up until now. However, Yandy revealed some shocking information that provided fans with insight into why their arguments never seem to end, why they can't find peace, and why it keeps getting messier. Let me explain how it all started when the two men began to feel threatened by each other's success. KK has been in the news for his role in reality TV, his hustle, and his family dynamics. Even before M entered the picture, the two were involved in a never-ending battle for respect and approval from both the outside world and from each other. This rivalry goes beyond TV drama and is entangled in pride and power struggles. But this is where it gets real. Kirk's jealousy has been simmering for years, and he's always thought that Mendeecees is trying to outshine him and that he's not getting the credit he deserves. It's interesting that Yandy made it clear that both men have been playing games in the background. What's even stranger is that fans were unaware that the arguments between Kirk and me were about more than just Kirk's veteran status, which has made it difficult for him to establish himself. Mendeecees has been struggling with self-doubt. It's not about right or wrong. It's about ego, and that's the problem, whether it's business or family. They were about who would be the alpha male in their circle, and both of them have been so focused on earning the respect of their peers that it's caused a constant conflict between them. The story is unique because Yandy has always been the link between these two, trying to convince them to put their pride aside for the sake of their family and business. This is a risky thing when it comes to guys who don't give up. And she finally admitted after years of trying that she doesn't think their destiny took a surprising turn when Yandy revealed the shocking truth that MCs were the Mendeecees had always admired as mentors and reliable people. But Kirk's constant criticism and undermining behavior made him question his commitment. It turns out that men felt deceived by Kirk's behind-the-scenes actions of men weren't just on screen, they were personal. He felt intimidated by M's scent in the reality TV industry, so instead of supporting him, he decided to put him down. What's even more shocking is that Men's annoyance with Kirk was a smack in the face. The main lesson here is that the conflict between Mendeecees and Kirk isn't just about minor disagreements. It's a struggle for acceptance, respect, and validation, which is what makes their relationship even more complicated. Kirk should have been on his side, but he chose to ignore his accomplishments, dismissing them as nothing more than a reality TV ploy. The drama will continue to unfold until the end of the year, and the revelation of their hidden truths will help put things in perspective. These two men are more alike than willing to admit that they are fighting for the same goal, but their approaches cannot be more different. And until they decide to address their own internal conflicts, this drama is far from being resolved. Neither of them is prepared to provide